fresh on the books at Frankfurt and already the main man in the middle of the park. Football cosmopolitan Kevin Prince Boateng is rising to the latest Bundesliga challenge with his customary panache.
Unorthodox, extravagant, and back in the Bundesliga, Kevin Prince Boateng has his own take on his free-spirited reputation.
If people want to call me crazy, why not? For me, it's not a negative quality.
A man of many parts, addressing racism at the UN General Assembly and football fever in Frankfurt.
You get it stamped on your head here. Out and about, you're constantly reminded what a football-mad city this is, and everyone's totally behind the club. The whole environment, showbiz people, rappers, everyone here is an Eintracht fan. It's incredible.
The Prince shares that football obsession. From his childhood start in Berlin, he's never lost an elementary love of the game.
Watching how to play in the Bundesliga, I used to think you couldn't be a professional footballer till you had those aluminium studs going clink, clink when you walk in them. And I just focused on doing everything to get a pair of those clinking boots. When I hear that noise now in the tunnel, I know it's nearly time. It's every child's dream.
The Ghana international has made his mark in Europe's top 4 leagues. Frankfurt have players from 17 different countries.
It's a great squad. That's very important. The guys are from all over the place, so that's always going to make for a lot of laughs. It only needs someone to use a wrong word in German to kick it all off. There'll be all sorts of wind-ups, and then you'll just get one joke after another.
But it's serious business out on the pitch. Here, Boateng is long since established as a leader of men.
I know now what to say and when to say it. When to stay quiet, when to be loud. I try to pass that on and also keep the fans involved. They're important. Otherwise, putting in a good tackle can often help spur someone on more than words.
Leading by example. Incidentally, Boateng is the grandnephew of Helmut Rahn, Germany's 1954 World Cup final hero.
My mother says it's true, and there's no one else left to ask. I watched the film, The Miracle of Bern, and found out he was crazy. He made me look like a choir boy. That may be added to the mystique. A great player who's also a bit off the wall. There aren't too many of them left, unfortunately.
He's won, with a ready explanation for the main source of his ambition even to this day.
It's a constant appetite for more, to shove the criticism down the throats of the very people who've written you off. That's defined me and made me the man I am today. I can look back and say, I always fought my corner.
Kevin Prince Boateng, a Bundesliga original back in the fold.
It's the top game of matchday 8. League leaders Dortmund against 4th place Leipzig. A recipe for spectacular attacking football. Here's the 99-second overview.
Oh, that is absolutely brilliant.
Dortmund are the team setting the Bundesliga gold standard right now. Top of the pile, with something to spare.
Backheeled in brilliantly.
6 wins, 1 draw. The most goals scored and the fewest conceded. It's the club's best ever start in the league.
Yes, we're on top of the table and very happy about it. We know this is a long path and the season has just begun.
Now it's their toughest assignment so far against Leipzig. After a shaky start, last season's runners-up are getting back in the groove just in time for the trip to Dortmund.
In on the rebounds, Jean-Kevin Augustin.
We'll do everything we can to bring 3 points home with us.
The new boys won their first ever league meeting on matchday 2 last season. It's a dream start for Leipzig! But Dortmund are a very tough nut to crack on home turf. Leipzig can also testify to that at first hand.
What a cross, what a wonderful goal! Last year we lost there 1-0. Since 2 years they didn't lose a match at home. So every series can come to an end.
The visitors are upbeat, but the hosts are out to further extend that 41-game unbeaten run at home in the Bundesliga.
I'm sure that we will be ready for this game and to win another 3 points.
Dortmund versus Leipzig. It's shaping up to be another Bundesliga football fest.
Dortmund versus Leipzig is also a tussle of frontline sprinters supreme Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and Timo Werner. But a statistical check reveals a few surprise names at the very top of the speed chart.
Here is Bebu.
Bebu is using this pace.
Bebu now. It's really ramping up the tempo of this one.
He's the fastest player of the current Bundesliga season, Ilas Bebu of Hanover. The 23-year-old Togo international has clocked up a top speed of 35.25 kilometers an hour. He can play a bit of football as well. Augsburg's Marcel Heller is the runner-up in the early season speed stakes, coming in at 35.07 kilometers an hour. So it's not the central strikers blazing a trail, but their teammates out wide. Sportex Solutions is the company tasked with providing this data and much more every Bundesliga match day. Multiple high-tech cameras deliver swift and very precise information for analysis, such as the maximum speed attained by every player. Here's another example.
And here comes the counter. Kevin Campbell's pass, and Werner's away. Away from Diekmeyer, away from Sakai. Werner!
He's an enormous fast and really a weapon for us.
Leipzig also have the second fastest forward, Jean-Kevin Augustin. The 20-year-old summer signing from Paris Saint-Germain has been measured at 34.49 kilometers an hour. He's got plenty of respect for the man just behind him on the list.
Aubameyang's a great player and really fast. Really fast.
At the moment, he's only ranked 18th in the overall speed stakes at 34.41 kilometers an hour. But Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is certainly setting a red-hot pace when it comes to scoring goals. His arch-rival Robert Lewandowski is back in the pack, maxing out at 33.06, proving really that there's a lot more to being an elite striker than a nifty turn of pace.
Blue and white in his heart and his dental practice. Oliver Moritz is a Schalke fan, a passion the Ruhr district dentist doesn't hide from his patients, complete with an impressive mini museum.
A dentist with a passion for Schalke. Oliver Moritz's practice is decked out in royal blue. His patients love it.
Moritz is mad about Schalke, or he's the Schalke dentist. Some patients specifically come here because of that shared passion. They'd rather go to the dentist who understands what it really means to be devoted to a football club.
His surgery has become quite domesticated down the years.
The professional environment here is really a kind of home from home. You could certainly say that the club and the colours play a defining role in my life.
His greatest moment as a Royal Blue? Schalke's 1997 UEFA Cup final victory over Inter Milan.
As a Schalke fan, I was in seventh heaven. It was basically a wave of euphoria that swept into the surgery. After the club's biggest success, it just seemed right and proper to go for a blue and white makeover.
His own collection of memorabilia would grace any club museum.
At the end of the day, Schalke's my religion. With the stadium and the whole package, it's something that moves me deeply. I could spend the whole day immersing myself in football history and all things Schalke.
A priceless living tradition. Whether it's the championship pin from 1958 or this novelty pen from the title-heavy 30s, for Oliver Moritz, it's all very close to the heart.
If we don't play well on Sunday, it stays with me through to Monday, and I'll be in a really bad mood. Of course, I can't let it show. Once the face mask goes on, I'm totally focused on my work again.
And so to our Ruhr district dentist's fantastic football dream.
If we ever won the German title again, I've thought it through, and my assistants know all about it, I would close the practice for a week, hang blue and white flags everywhere, and I think I'd raise the holiday pay and book a works trip to Mallorca.
Until that happy day, his devotion will remain undimmed, whatever Schalke's fortunes out on the pitch.
7 games played, and Dortmund have already opened up a 5-point gap on champs Bayern and Hoffenheim. Leipzig are 4th, ahead of promoted Hanover, with Gladbach and Schalke lurking just outside the top 6. Behind Hertha and Leverkusen in the lower half of the table, it's incredibly tight, with 5 teams all on 7 points down to Hamburg in the playoff place. Bremen are slightly adrift on 4, and Köln still rock bottom on 1.
The votes are in for September's Bundesliga Rookie Award. And the winner is Dan Axel Zagadou. Still only 18, Dortmund's French defensive all-rounder is one of the youngest players to turn out in the Bundesliga this season. Recently deployed as cover for injured left-back Marcel Schmelzer, he's got some pretty impressive numbers. Winning 59% of his one-on-one tussles. And with a pass completion rate running at 90%.
I like his versatility. Bought as a central defender, he's had to jump in at left back.
Indeed, Dortmund have yet to concede a goal with Zagadou on the pitch, either in the Bundesliga or the Champions League.
Stuttgart kick off matchday 8 against a Köln side badly in need of their first win of the season. On Saturday, Hoffenheim host Augsburg and Hertha take on Schalke. Hamburg are at Mainz, with Hanover at home to Frankfurt. Bayern face Freiburg in Munich. The top game pits Dortmund against Leipzig. Leverkusen meet Wolfsburg in the early Sunday encounter, before Bremen and Mönchengladbach round out the programme. Next time, we report in full on Jupp Heynckes' first game back with Bayern. Till then, auf Wiedersehen.